Dear students, this is our fourth lecture on molecular rearrangements, and today we will discuss about Niebuhr rearrangement. The Niebuhr rearrangement is an organic reaction where when derivatives of ketoenzymes they are reacted with a base, they are converted into alpha amino ketones. So such a conversion of ketoenzyme derivatives into alpha amino ketones is called as Niebuhr rearrangement. The basically mechanism of this reaction is that the ketoenzyme derivative which we are taking for the reaction, that must have an alpha hydrogen present in the substrate. So in the first step of the reaction, the base, for example, if say we take hydroxide ions, sodium or potassium hydroxide aqueous, so the base will abstract this acidic proton present at the alpha carbon and a carbon ion will be generated. Then this carbon ion will attack this nitrogen which is having a very good leaving group in the form of tosylate. So this tosylate can be removed very easily. That is why this base, this carbon ion will attack the nitrogen and the tosylate will be eliminated to get these types of intermediates, which are three-membered nitrogen containing ring compounds, and these are known as azirine derivatives. So elimination of tosylate and attack of the carbon ion will lead to the formation of these azirine intermediates in the reaction. In the next step, the base will again attack this carbon of the carbon nitrogen double bond, and this hydroxide ion will be added to the carbon nitrogen double bond to give us these types of intermediate structures where nitrogen is having a negative charge. Then this negatively charged nitrogen anion will abstract proton from water to get it neutralized. Then rearrangement of one of the proton by this base will lead to the formation of carbon oxygen double bond over here, and this carbon nitrogen bond will be broken, and we will get these types of compounds where again nitrogen is having a negative charge, and this will abstract again one proton from water, and we will get the product as alpha amino ketones. So this is how the derivatives of ketoenzymes which are having a good leaving group attached to the nitrogen, they are converted into alpha amino ketones through azirines as intermediates. So in all the reactions which involve this type of conversion, then the rearrangement is called as Niebuhr rearrangement. Then we will study some applications of this rearrangement. For example, if we are having tosylate of oxime of pyridyl and methyl ketone, pyridyl methyl ketone when reacted with the hydroxylamine will give us oxime, and that oxime on reaction with paratoluene sulfonyl chloride will give us this type of tosylate of oxime of pyridyl methyl ketone. And when this ketoenzyme derivative is reacted with the base, say potassium ethoxide, then you can see over here this is the alpha carbon having alpha hydrogen, so hydrogen will be abstracted by the base from this, and we will get CH2 negative over here, and that CH2 negative will attack this nitrogen with the elimination of tosylate, to give us these types of azirine intermediates. And these azirine intermediates, they will undergo ring opening in presence of ethyl alcohol. So we know that oxygen is having two lone pair of electrons, which can be used as a nucleophile to attack this azirine ring, and this carbon nitrogen double bond will become a carbon nitrogen single bond. And then another molecule of ethyl alcohol will attack for the ring opening of this three membered nitrogen containing ring, and we will get these types of amine derivatives as the product. So this is how these tosylates of pyridyl methyl ketonoxime, they are converted into these types of amine derivatives. Then another example, this example is same as we have seen in the previous case, except in the previous example here we were having methyl, but here we are having methyl group. So that means this will give us this type of substituted azirine derivative, and then this will undergo reaction in presence of HCl, diethyl ether, sodium carbonate and water, and ring opening of this three membered nitrogen containing azirine ring will take place to give us these types of amine derivatives. Again the reaction takes the same mechanism as we have seen in the first case. Then another application is in case of these types of macrocyclic 1,2-oxazoles, and through Neber rearrangement, these 1,2-oxazole derivatives, they are converted into 1,3-oxazole derivatives. So what happens is when these types of oxazoles they are photochemically irradiated in presence of acetone as the solvent, then through Neber rearrangement this part will act as the leaving group. As you have seen nitrogen oxygen bond, here the nitrogen oxygen bond is an intramolecular leaving group, we can say. So in this case what will happen, the first photochemically this will degrade to give us azirines, and this group will form a carbon oxygen double bond. So keto macrocyclic azirines, they are formed, which on hydrolysis in the presence of sodium carbonate and methanol, they undergo ring opening over here. The three membered ring is converted into a 5-membered ring. So we can say there is a ring opening and followed by cyclization lead to the formation of 1,3-oxazole derivative. So this is how 1,2-oxazole derivatives through Neber rearrangement, they are converted into 1,3-oxazole derivatives. Then another example is in the synthesis of naphthoxazine drug, which is used as a reset dopamine congener. Here when methoxytetralone, this molecule is reacted with hydroxylamine hydrochloride, then we know that ketones, they react with hydroxylamine to give us oximes, and then this oxime will react with paratoluene sulfonyl chloride with the elimination of HCl, and we will get tosylates as the product. So we know that tosylates, they undergo Neber rearrangement in presence of base to give us alpha amino ketones as the product. The mechanism is same as we have seen the general mechanism for Neber rearrangement. In the first instance, this base will abstract this alpha proton from here, then the carbanion will attack the nitrogen and tosylate will be removed, and then that azirine derivative will undergo hydrolysis and ring opening to give us these types of alpha amino ketones as the product, and then through further organic reactions these alpha amino ketones, they can be converted into these types of drug molecules which are naphthoxazine derivatives. Then Niebuhr reaction can also be anisotrophic in nature depending upon the type of reagents or base which is used in the reaction. And first example of anisoselective Niebuhr rearrangement was achieved when a tertiary base quinidine was used as the catalyst for this type of transformation. So quinidine is a naturally occurring alkaloid, and when this is used as a tertiary base, then again the Niebuhr rearrangement take place. The hydrogen from here is first abstracted by quinidine, and the carbanion is generated at this place, and this carbanion will attack this nitrogen and tosylate will be removed. And because of the optical activity of this reagent as a base, there will be a formation of an anisoselective product where anisomeric excess of the product formed is 82%, which is quite high. So with the removal of tosylate, this type of azirine derivatives, anisoselective azirine derivatives, they are formed, and the reaction takes place in non-polar conditions in toluene as the solvent at 0 degree for 24 hours. So because there is no aqueous conditions, so the hydrolysis of this ring does not take place and no further reaction takes place. The reaction stops at the formation of azirine derivative only. And one thing more, that here the base is not used in catalytic amount but in stoichiometric amount, that one equivalent of this base is required for one equivalent of the reactant. Then similarly Niebuhr rearrangement can also take place in tosylates of heterocyclic ketoxymes. The ketoxymes which are containing heterocyclic rings as the one of the substituent on the ketoxyme. So this ketoxyme tosylate, when reacted with potassium ethoxide in ethyl alcohol in presence of concentrated HCl at room temperature, we will get these types of alpha amino ketones. They are formed at first place, and then those alpha amino ketones, they react with concentrated HCl at room temperature, and they are converted into quaternary amides as the product. Quaternary ammonium salts, they are formed from the primary amine. Another example is the synthesis of tetrahydroindenoisoquinoline, and this is the molecule tetrahydroindenoisoquinoline, and this is synthesized through Niebuhr rearrangement reaction. So when this tosylate of bicyclic compound is reacted with the base, we know that this ketoxyme tosylate will be converted into alpha amino ketone as the product through Niebuhr rearrangement, and then this alpha amino ketone undergoes condensation reactions with other substrates to give us this type of tetrahydroindenoisoquinoline derivatives. and the reaction gives us a very quantitative amount of the product, and this is necessary for the interaction with dopamine receptor binding site, this molecule. Then another application is in the liquid-liquid phase transfer catalysis. This can also be used for the enantioselective Neber rearrangement of simple ketoxime tosylates. So, for example, if we are having Z isomer of this ketoxime and we react with para-toluene sulfonyl chloride, first we know that para-toluene sulfonyl chloride will react with the oxime, H from here and Cl from here will be eliminated, and Z tosylate of this oxime will be formed. And then this Z tosylate, in presence of catalyst A, this type of quaternary ammonium bromide, C2 symmetric quaternary ammonium bromide catalyst, this is called as when the reactant is treated with this catalyst in methanol and toluene as solvent at 0 degree in almost 2 days, this is converted into an enantioselective alpha amino ketones as the products, and enantioselectivity or enantiomeric excess of the product formed is 51%. So when this reaction takes place, we will get alpha amino ketones as the product, and these alpha amino ketones, they will react with the benzoyl chloride in presence of pyridine to give us these types of N-benzoyl alpha amino ketone derivatives with enantiomeric excess of the order of 51%. And similarly, if we react the E enantiomer of the same oxime under same conditions, then the product formed is also same, but only difference is that the product formed is a racemic product. So the enantiomeric excess of the product formed is 0. That means 50% of one enantiomer is formed, 50% of the other enantiomer is formed with the opposite rotation. So this will lead to the formation of a racemic mixture. That means the product formed will be optically inactive, whereas in this case the product formed was optically active with enantiomeric excess of 51%. So this is the difference between the type of isomer which is used. Z will give us optically active product, whereas E will give us racemic mixture, optically inactive product. So probably the reason for formation of racemic mixture over here is that the mechanism followed in this case is a normal mechanism where azirine derivatives, they are formed as the intermediates, whereas in this case probably nitrines they are formed as the intermediate rather than azirines as the intermediate. So because of the difference in the mechanism, we are getting here the optically active products and here optically inactive products. And then last example is the selective Neber rearrangement in complex systems. So if you see this complex heterocyclic oxime tosylate, you can see it has a number of other functional groups in addition to tosylate oxime. So this is the main functional group which will undergo Neber rearrangement, but other functional group present like methoxy, then keto, then tertiamine, then pyrazine. So all these types of functional groups, they are not affected by the reaction conditions, and only reaction which take place at this molecule is at this place, that is at the ketoxime tosylate region. So when this complex molecule is treated with potassium hydroxide in ethyl alcohol at 0 degree for 3 hours, then in presence of 6 normal HCl for 60 degree for 1 hour, then this will be converted into quaternary ammonium triflates like this. So first alpha amino ketones, they will be formed as the product, and then these will react with trifluoroacetic acid, and corresponding triflates, they will be formed as the product. And the basic transformation is that ketoxime tosylates, they are converted into alpha amino ketones, and which is the basic Neber rearrangement, and we can say this is a selective Neber rearrangement because other functional group present in the molecule, they are not affected by the reaction conditions. So these are some of the references which have been used for preparing this lecture. Comprehensive Organic Synthesis by K. Muruka, then Ishihara Comprehensive Organic Synthesis 2 in 2014, then Jack Lee Named Reaction Book by Springer, then some internet resources, they have been also used for preparing this reaction. Thank you very much.